By the picture, that's just what he's going to look like. Now, this is what if Deku was a Black Knight. Now, well, this is still going to be, the old Damanchi universe. It'll still go to, the old events in Damanchi. Meeting Eyes and Estia, and, all those people. Still will meet them. Nothing else. Just his backstory is different. He is actually from a different country, like before, like in the regular anime, but this country was not as like a town, or his where he lived was not just a town; it was a city, and he was the son of two lovely knights, legendary for their capabilities in war, remarked to have been blessed by the gods of Hades and the gods. Hades and Zeus. How about that? Hades and Zeus. Now, unbeknownst to, his mother and father, there are descendants of Zeus. Cool, right? But, which is actually how he's going to get, the whole Argonaut and, fire stuff. But he would get that afterwards, once he becomes a, adventurer. But he grows up, like any regular kid would, in the Damanchi universe. His mother and father do leave him sometimes, they are still knights and they have to protect their city they live in. Now, something about their parents, or at least when Abe grows up to be about the age of 10, both of his parents are now in the Royal Guard. Actually, the leaders of the Royal Guard are, his father's the leader while his mother's second in command, just to put simply. And with that, he needs to become a knight, like his mother and father, honor their family. He does so. His mother trains him, puts him through hell training, and trains him. Now, what he's going to look like, or his armor, is just going to be this, without the whole coat, at least not yet. He'll get the coat eventually, just not yet. Now, I understand that does not look like Belle. I could not find a good picture of Belle, wearing a Black Knight suit. Actually, I couldn't find one at all. Sorry, but yeah. But this is what he will look like without the coat, for now. He'll get that eventually. And his weapons will actually be the, Kirito swords. And I'll show you the ones I'm specifically using. The ones from SAO. The one when he was trapped in the game. So, yeah. First, actually, he gets that sword. It was his father's sword when he was also a beginner. It's a very sturdy sword. It's very good. And it was his father's. But, it was his sword. Well, then his dad kind of got a better sword, so then that became his main sword. While the other sword was his mother's sword when she was starting off. So, yeah. He basically got hand-me-downs, is what I'm trying to say. And, like Kirito, he holds them on his back. So, yeah. Which is very unusual, because he's trying to be a knight, but he's not holstering or sheathing his blades like a, sword. Or like a traditional sword, like on the waist. Which does leave people to question if they're really training their son right. Just saying, why does it matter of where he sheaths it? It's still a holster, and if he likes to use two swords rather than one, better. He has more attacking power. And if he gets good at it, basically commenting about, or if he can, master the old two-blade technique. Yeah, kind of like that. So, yeah. And Belle, trains. Until one fateful day. Sorry, Belle, but sad things are gonna happen to you. Their city was very wealthy and a very stronghold for a lot of people. A lot of wealthy people, a lot of, it would be a great raid spot, to, steal and butcher their people and enslave. Now, this happens when Belle's around the age of 13. So 3 years have passed. He's become a squire, but he can fight like an actual knight. It's just, he has to go through the whole things of earning his, the whole things of becoming a knight. And, well, the day of the attack, he wakes up, gets up, freshens up, sees his mom in the kitchen making breakfast. He waves at his mom, asking what she's doing today. She just says, just the usual, protecting the king and his family. And what are you doing? Him saying he's going to go on a mission with other knights and squires, or other squires and his knight, and his teacher. She says, "Oh, all right, good luck, and may the gods bless you." Izuku waves off, and yeah, but also he would also put all his gear on, seeing he is going right in the morning. He would go off, and well, he was about to leave, like going through the gate, then hear boom, 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 and lots of screaming. Young kids and adults, which would have been the, invasion of their place. Now, well, once Bell, gets aware all missions are cut short, their knight says, protect your homeland. And Bell does so. And he has killed, yes, only one person, but, well, today he gets his hands really bloodied, killing about 50 squires and 10 knights that were also there in the raid party. While most of the knights, killed the knights, and squires just killed squires, but Bell was very skilled. So only like the lower grade knights he could take out, but nothing too high. So yeah, he would meet back up to his home, seeing the, a big, big hole in the wall, and a sword that looks like, well, his mother's. He goes down and sees that it's broken. It's basically broken in two. He gets, scared of his mother might be dead or something else, but he does not find a body. And the city's still going to hell. He fights quite a lot more. And, well, he sees his dad killing several, knights and the invasion party. Him going right beside his father, asking where mom is. Him saying he does not know. And what do you mean? Do you not know where she is? She said she was going to... But then they all both realize that... Or they both trade notes and... Well... She went to go off to their place to grab her weapon because... No, what would be a good reason? Yeah, because they forgot their, lunch that they need to bring every day to, work. Why? Plot. Anyways, and the way, well, they would, train, or they would, or his wife would have gone back. Now, I'm just saying mom and dad for Belle because I don't know that, we don't actually know the real parents' names of Belle and, Belle's parents, like his mom and dad's names, so yeah. But anyways, Izuku would actually, just say he's gonna run for it and go find her. His dad saying, no, she's fine. Izuku saying, I found her sword, damn it. It was broken. I don't know where the hell she is, and I'm gonna go look for her. Disobeying his father, so breaking rank, running off to save his mom. Now, his dad would have been just saying, Belle, get back over here, protect your position. And yeah, now, well, Belle goes back to the house, then actually notice something different now. There is actually a lot of, well, they look like wagon tracks, the wheels. He thinks that his mom might have been captured and, imprisoned. He follows it and, well, leads to the end of the city, or a gate of the city, where the invasion party is. Now, he's particularly hiding in a building. Looking through a window to see if, where it is. And he sees her. And, well, there's other women, and the reason why is because these are slavers. The invasion party was a slaving group that wants to be enslave people. And they thought the Black Knights and this rich kingdom would have been lovely to put in a slave or, put them in the gladiatory pits. And they had their own massive force, including some mercenaries, but yeah. Anyways, Bell would have, then see his mom, no, not having any armor on anymore and wearing more revealing clothes. And, she's not just standing there. She's, trying to break out of her chains. While some sort of, fire is going on. She's basically getting a number on her. Basically, she's number 5 of the women they have captured. So, yeah. And, what might you think is she goes and the wagon goes off. Now, Belle is immediately pissed, running out of the building using, his skills to butcher in a rage all the men there. Now, these were just squires because all the actual main forces were just there. It was just, either squires or mercenaries. The mercenaries were very difficult, but, him being enraged and obviously pissed off would have done nothing. They would oh shit, he's pissed off. He would butcher all of them. There would be about 10 troops. He killed them off with, it was very difficult, but he did it. And tried to grab a horse. Now, there was one left. Rushing off to his, to save his mom. But, he gets there and gets a standing up position, kind of leap off his horse. He does so, and the wagon stops. Now, he's immediately on the top, hiding so they don't see him. There would have been 2 highly trained mercenaries, with the goods. Or they call it goods, but, the females. They would look around saying, what was that? Because they're not stupid. They know when they're going to get, they're getting ambushed or something like that. They're very paranoid at that moment because they are not taking any chances and they want to get paid. Seeing the pay is really good. So, yeah. And they could also do other things, but that's inappropriate things I'd rather not say. But, yeah, we all get the picture. They look around with Belle, taking out one of them by quickly jumping down and taking one by the surprise, jabbing in, or taking his black sword and shoving it right into the man's heart, ending the man's life basically instantly. But that wouldn't attract the other man. Belle, not having been prepared, he got the jump on one of them, but he knew the other one would be a pain in the ass. But for what he realized, if his mother, now, breaking out, seeing her son basically getting almost about to die, gave her the strength to, don't you dare touch my son, and grabs Belle's sword that came off, the other one, the blue one, her starter sword. That came off because, Belle was ragged like a rag doll to this man. His armor was, destroyed. His other sword was, basically about to break, like it was cracking. The edge of it was basically cracking. And the man was a very muscular build with a giant great sword. With with a lot of weapons also, with another great sword on his back. So, yeah. He had strength. Oh, he was outmatched. Strategy. He was outmatched. The man had experience and overpowering strength. So, it was very bad for Belle. Which, his mother would try to defend herself, But the lack of armor, which was really the only thing that was keeping Belle alive, did it in for her. She died, sadly, trying to protect her son. Now, like Belle would have seen this. She got strike. She died. Her head was chopped off clean. He would have raged and raged and raged and raged. His eyes turning even redder. His hair turning even whiter, if that's possible. He yells and says, "You damn bastard!" Grabbing his broken sword, or basically about to break sword, and rushes, using all of the strength in his body, breaking past his limits, and enraged as he just saw his mother die. And he brings his sword back and chops the man in half by the waist. The man would have, well, couldn't do anything. He was chopped in two. He was Darth Mauled. Now, wait. How did Bell, wasn't Bell just getting his ass beat? Yes, but the man was too, well, he was too gloating, and he was a proud mercenary, you could say. So, yeah. He was one of those mercenaries that are skilled, but they talk too much. And he was talking too much, saying that it was such a shame to waste a lovely woman and other, stuff like that. Bell, well, holding the dead body of his mom, or at least seeing the dead body of his mom, with the head just looking at him, the eyes wide open. It was horrifying, and well, when the female would have just said that was also there, "Is that you, Belle? Is that you?" Belle looked over and see, well, a person with white hair, blonde hair, and blue eyes. It's basically eyes. This is how I'm making the ship do. Don't say anything in the comments. So they're not technically in a relationship yet. They know each other and they're friends, but yeah, seeing their parents do work together. Or at least her mom and Belle's mom know each other, so it's kind of like, oh, hi, for the family greetings or stuff like that. They met each other. And Belle would have looked over, saying eyes, and saying, "Eyes, are you alright?" And she says, "I think so. Wait, was that?" And realized that was his mom, and says, "Belle, I'm..." Belle says, "There's no time." Trying to at least forget his mom for a second and get, well, concerned about everyone else. Looking at his now, well, ragged and beaten sword, looks at it and just whacks the chain. It's breaking. Yeah, this sword was basically broken. The sword's basically kind of too. It will be repaired, and, it can be repaired, and it will be, but it's broken. Bell, now looking at his broken sword, would have just set aside and, you know, used it to kind of break the lock. In doing so, and the female get out, and Bell looks around and sees, well, plot. Never mind. They see, the whole dead bodies, and they would have been, well, said sorry for Bell and said they have to get back. Bell just saying, all right. He says, "I have to go back and protect the city. Stay here." They would have said it's a death trap, but Bell didn't care. He saw. But he wanted to protect his home, his city, where he grew up. But when he got there, ooh, there was fires. It's basically, remember in, what's it called? Game of Thrones, when the dragons came into that city one time and burnt it to crisp. It was that, basically. Little children on the ground, eyes wide open still, scared, the horrifying faces, which shook Bell. He was always a happy kid. He was the happy one out of the group. Always happy. The positive one. He was skilled, yes, but he was one of the very skilled, but he was always happy of his family and everything like that. He had a proud mother and father and a good future ahead. But this ruined everything. That kind Bell was destroyed, and a new one replaced it. A cold, calculating, or at least soon to be cold and calculating Bell. At the moment, he's broken, but he still needs to fix the pick or his whole, mind. And, well, he's enraged. He now has a festering anger. And, well, he screams out saying, "I'll kill all of you." He kills some, but whatever he comes across, but using the lack of one of his swords and the other, or using his actual good sword, the blue one. Yeah. He had a retreat, actually. He was pissed off, but he knew he couldn't win. and he didn't want to die, so he left on his horse. The one, or yeah, he found for Paula a straddling horse that broke out of the whole thing with the old ruckus of it. Everything happened, and, the explosions and cryings, and yeah, he ran off, not going towards the female, and at the moment not caring, just riding off into the moon. He would have stopped at a town and, looked battered and bloodied. Yes, some of it was his, but it was mostly others. Two broken swords. Before he left, he took some of his mother's money, or his family's money, I should say, not his mother and father. It was at their house, and he kind of made a stop at that, so, before he left. He got an inn and, took a shower, and, not many people that stayed in an inn got any sleep. Which did lead to a owner coming in the door looking at Belle, crying, screaming, like he just lost something. He would have immediately gone up to Belle saying, "Kid, are you alright? Izuku?" Belle would have just, I'm fine. Just, I lost someone close. Sorry if I'm making too much noise. And the man would have just said, "No, it's fine. I understand. I lost my wife when my daughter was born, so I understand what you mean. And would you like a drink? Would you like some water, sir?" Belle would have just says, "Yeah, thank you." And, that night he didn't get too much sleep, bawling his eyes out, and that. The female, or we should skip back to the female. The female will, taking the dead mercenaries' weapons, either being daggers, knives, and the two big swords, would have escaped in the wagon. They kept the door closed, but one of the female were on the top. The riding the horse, ha ha, faster, that kind of stuff. And next day, Belle would have, woken up. Not being ill. He cried himself to sleep at least. So he got some sleep, but yeah. And having nightmares all that night, which was not good. Looking at his now bloodied suit of armor, or looking at his suit of armor that's bloodied and dents and everything like that, sighed and just says, "I'll live on the legacy of the Black Knights. No matter what I do, I won't forget where I come from. And I'll butcher every single one of those slavers. I'll kill them all." And, Belle does. 7 years pass of killing and killing. Belle gets his revenge. But that's not where this story ends, because that would be too short, so can't have that. And, he hears about a place named Oreo, or he thinks it's sounded Oreo. But it's actually Arario. But he thinks it's Arario, He has never said the word, so it's like, oh, is that, he knows he can't say it right, but he knows he's mistaking how he says it, but he doesn't care. He gets on his horse, still, at least now he would have gone his whole cloak, the whole jacket, but over his knight's armor. And, there's something I should say about Belle. His name, Belle Cornell, the Butcher of Slaves. Hero to some, villain to others. So a lot of people have been iffy about him. Yay. They would have to meet him in person to get a good grasp about him, but everyone heard the title of the slave killer. Some sees as a hero, some see as a villain. Yeah, but no one knows why he kills all those slavers. So, yeah. He ends up going to Arario, attracting quite an attention. The guards immediately stop him, saying, "What does his business state?" Belle just says he wished to be an adventurer. Says he's done killing slaves, or slavers, as long as he doesn't see them. Saying he does not like them. And if you could please let me go, I won't cause any trouble. The men, understanding what Belle just said, let him in. Bell in the city would have attracted quite a lot of attention due to the show of his two massive blades, or to his two blades, as well as his outfit, as well as what he looks like. He basically looks like Hajime. At least the face, at least the how the hair looks and the eyes. He has the whole Bell face, but yeah. Also, Bell's 20 at the age. If I didn't say that before, no, I said I was 7 years later, but he was 13 before when that whole thing happened. So, yeah. But anyways, Bell would have gotten in and gone out to eat that day, that night, and he met to the what was her name? Where that place that Belle always eats at Ma's place? Yeah. He goes there. Which, who might you think be there? The Loki familia. And the Apollo familia, actually. But they were, it was just a couple of them. Just getting drinks after they went through adventuring. Simple things. Bell would have been, his name would actually be known as Bell, but, other names also. Which he goes in, asks for a drink. May looking down and asking how old is he? Him saying 20. And she asks, so, I'm guessing you're that Black Knight? Which everyone in the room, no one really noticed. And the room goes silent. Which, Eyes, which you might think, gets up saying, Belle Cornell. Bell hearing the name saying, it's been a while, but, tries to put his hand out, but gets slapped in the face. Getting launched off his, seat. The seat didn't break, it was just fell for a little bit. And, Bite would have been asking, Ice, what the hell are you doing? And, she said, Belle Cornell, why'd you leave us? Belle just says, I wanted revenge for all those fuckers. She's like, what do you mean? Did you not hear what I did? Gets up and dead eyes her saying, I killed those people that murdered my mother. The people that enslaved us. Our people. You saw what they did to our home, Ice. You saw what hell they brought to our home. You don't know what every day looks like for me. Eyes, you might be here. I'm guessing you're an adventurer, right? She says, yeah. What about it? And they're both thoroughly pissed at each other at the moment. Belle's more like, damn it. Because, Eyes was always his weakness, you could say. But Eyes was just pissed. And, everyone knew Eyes was pissed. But she's never been pissed. So it's like, this is new for them. And the commander of the, Loki familia would have just gone up saying, state your name and who are you? Izuku just saying, my name is Belle Cornell. I'm the Black Knight. Also the murderer of our people, or the murderer of all those slavers that enslaved our home country. And the reason why Eyes knows me is because we're friends. We grew up together. She was also meant to be a Black Knight, but, her parents didn't want that for her. They wanted a nice and, wholesome family. For her just to be a regular girl. But tragically happens. We were, what I believe, we were betrayed by people in our own ranks, wanting money. I disposed of them, and, I'm here now. I want to become an adventurer, and I just came for food. Asking for it to go now. With Ma just looking at him, just saying, alright. Because she does not want to get in the middle of this, and Belle would not blame her. Nor does Ice. Which Bite gets up saying, how do we know that it's... But Ice dead airs Bite saying, you better shut the fuck up. It's just by her glare, it's just like, don't say a fucking word. And Bite is, he's thoroughly scared of Eyes at the moment. He was not prepared for that day. Oh god, I feel bad for him. Actually, I don't. He's an asshole, so. But, the Amazonians would have heard, Black Knight. They got up and with a smile you know. I'd ask if it's really true, if he's the Black Knight. If, well, if we'd like what Amazonians do, have a lovely night with them. But it looked over at one of them and just says, I'll pass. I'm not wanting to have a kid. He would have left after Mom said it's done. He would have gone back to his inn and ate. And, well, eyes that night would have been thoroughly, realizing she went overboard and asked questions of how does she know him and her giving her story of what happened. And, yeah. But Bite says, I don't blame the man for doing that. She asks, what do you mean? He lost everything, Ice. He lost everything, Ice. His father, his mother, his entire home. And you don't think he would want revenge? Look, I'm an asshole. I admit it. But even that, I understand what he wanted to do. And he knew if he went back to you, he wouldn't be able to do it. So he didn't come back. He butchered all those slavers, and I don't blame him. In fact, I would have root for him. It might be selfish, I know, but, well, you know how people and, animal creatures are. Humans and animal creatures, they don't usually mix. Eyes would have known the, tragic past of animal humans, or faunus, if you might want to call them, if we're speaking technical Ruby terms, a faunus. Because, there's a lot of slavers in that business of taking animal people. So, yeah. And, well, Belle that night was ate and sighed and says, so, she's part of the Loki familia. At least she had something good in her life. Whatever. And went to sleep that night, getting haunted by his memories again. It happens every night, but, he deals with it. He's grown to, use that as fuel. Rage. Use that rage as fuel. So, yeah. Belle the next day and puts on not his night suit, but puts on a nice little, what would I put him on? A nice dress shirt. Those nice dressy shirts. It's a long sleeve. And some pants, as well as some shoes, and goes out. Explore the city. Enjoy what he can see. One of the actually positive things of why one of the actual good things why, he moves around. He gets to see a lot of cool things, so it's not all bad with all the revenge. Also, sorry what you hear in the background. So, yeah. Belle sees Ice several times that day and, reverts his, direction. Which Ice didn't notice him one time, but he moved out. Says, no, screw that, and left. She would have tried following him, but Belle, being able to hide his presence and be good, be good, what am I trying to say? Pretty goddamn good at it. She would have not find him, even using her own, magical power to try to find his. And Belle at the moment has no magical power. And, when news hits that the Black Knight, he's came to Aurario. Loki would have, ask Ice to come to her, room, or, wherever the family room and their whole thing. Ice would have come down and he's saying, yes, what is it, Loki? In a sad voice. Loki says, what happened to you? You're never like this. Her saying a person from my past came by and I went overboard on him. Sorry if I'm offending you. She says, no. Loki would just say, no, it's fine. I understand. It's just shocking. I've never seen you be sad. You're always emotionless or, don't show that much emotion. I says, yeah, probably because my past. And she says, yeah, that. Do you know of the Black... I heard you, question, is that person you were talking about before the Black Knight? Eyes would have given a nod, just, saying, yeah. What about him? She says, what is he like? Because I want to, because I've heard he wants to be an adventurer, and if I get him, that will just give me more, or give our family more, maybe more respect and more power. Give us more jobs and other things we can do in the dungeon and out of the dungeon. Eyes would have get an annoyed face saying, really? You're really gonna do that? You know what he's done. Or at least I know what he's done. He's butchered so many he's butchered so many damn lives. Yes, those were slavers, but they were still people. Which Loki said yes, but well, I've heard that they killed his father and mother and enslaved his people, which he did set free. So you have to give the man some credit. He did some good. Or you have to give the kid some credit. He did good. In a little way, but yeah. Eyes just says, fine. I'll find him being very pissed off at the moment, says, I'll go find him and try to get him in. Or try to get a meeting with him so you can meet him. Which Loki says, are you giving me sass, young lady? Trying to, cheer up, being joking, but she would just look at her saying, no, this is not time for jokes, Loki. And Loki would just says, damn it, you always giggle to that. It's the one way I can actually get your happy emotions out. Because at the moment she's too pissed off, to do the whole thing. So, yeah. But anyways, she would have gone out the next day and, well, what might you think? Locate Belle. Now, Belle would have actually, been in an inn for the past couple of days, and, thinking that he's going to need to start joining a familia soon. And he thought might as well go to see if there's any low-ranking familias that would like him. He got absolute no from them because, they said they can afford him. At least afford him to be an adventurer for them. Because the pay would be too good. And Belle, understanding this, would have just said, alright, I do wish, may the gods bless you. They would do the same, and, then the thing he really didn't want was he had to go to the Loki Familia. The Hester Familia was not there at the point that day because, Freya was out doing business, and her Familia would have been, in a actually expedition. So there was no one to go with. Unless you count, the whole lackeys, the lower ranking people, but they had no leeway and, you can join. So he couldn't ask. Because they told him and said, oh, sorry, Freya's not here. And, Loki, hearing a knock at the door, opens it to see the Black Knight, and she says, wait, did I send you here? Him saying, no, why? Loki just says, I kinda sent her out to get you. With Belle saying, well, it's good that I came before she did. And Loki just says, do you want to join my party? Or do you want to join my familia? Belle says, if you'll have me. She says, sure, come on in. Belle would have just says, thank you. And Loki would have just says, no swords, or no weapons in the house. Do take them off in the armory. Belle asks, oh, where's the armory? She points down the hallway towards, the old, what's it called? The armory, basically. And Belle would have gone back there and, put his swords down. There was a bite there, and he would have just given a nod to Belle. Belle would have given a nod to him. And, yeah. Belle would have put his swords on a case, or put him down in a spot, and he just left. Still having his whole outfit on, but, the armor and stuff like that, but Loki didn't care about the armor. So, yeah. Unless it kind of, helped you in attacking, if it was, the ones was, if it was, spiky armor, and she said take it all, but if it's just, this kind of armor, yeah, she did not care at all. So, yeah. And, well, Belle would have gone to Loki, and she explains of what they do and what a member of her family needs to be, and that. Getting the whole rundown of, oh, you need to be a really good, familia member, knowing you can do it, and after that, Belle asks, oh, so am I staying here, or am I going to, be at a, or at my inn? She says, no, you're gonna live here for now on, unless, you leave our family. Likely, but yeah. Belle would understand and just says, alright, I'm gonna go and, well, get my, tell I'm gonna leave the inn. And he goes and tells that man, and the man would just says, okay, at least I got the Black Knight to come to my, inn. It was a very good honor, sir, and thank you. Belle would just says, no, you don't need to show your respect. I've done nothing for you. The man was just, on the contrary, my, daughter was in the slaves, was with that slaving group you saved, or you murdered. So I'm eternally grateful. Bella would just give him a nod and just says, you're welcome, sir. Taking, getting his whole stuff from his inn and going off. Back to his place now. Well, he would have a briefcase kind of on his back, the whole cool looking thing. And he would have gone back to the Familia, seeing another person at the door. It was Eyes. Him, well, saying, oh shit, but out loud, going behind a, little wall, the gateway, trying to keep her from Eyes from seeing him. Eyes would says, Belle, you're very bad at, Belle, I can tell you're here. You spoke just before you went to hiding. It's bad if you do that. Walking and seeing Belle, just like, hi, and, well, gets a slap in the face, saying, hey, what was that for? Or saying, because you didn't, well, because I couldn't find you before. Belle says, oh, come on. You know I was trying to find a family, or familia, which, well, I did. She says, oh, who? Your familia. She's like, pardon? I'm guessing when you were out looking for me, I came here. Your, Loki, or goddess Loki tried to, or ask if I was, trying to be, join the, Loki familia. I said yes, and she brought me in. The reason why you couldn't find me was because I was there talking to Loki. And she's like, oh, that would make sense. But why are you even, trying to become an adventurer? You could be like a mercenary and even get more money. Why are you, being an adventurer? Belle, looks down saying, I don't want to kill any more people. That's unnecessary. And being a mercenary would just, well, I says you don't have to finish, I understand. Thus, just, where are you going to stay? He said that Loki is going to let him stay there. Eyes giving him a strange look and saying, we don't have any more room. And then gets a pissed off face saying, you damn Loki. Damn you, Loki. Loki, she screamed this out, and, well, Loki came at the door saying, what do you want? What was that, Ice? Why are you yelling my damn name? And then sees Belle saying, oh, Belle. Belle giving his own look at Loki. Loki just saying, oh, what's with the looks? Belle says, are you going to make us stay in the same room? And Loki just says, I would never. But sadly, Belle just says, you did that on purpose, didn't you? She says, yes. Belle says, fine. If you weren't a goddess, I would have, hit you, but seeing I have to be respectful, I won't. Loki says, aw, thanks. Belle says, that doesn't mean I'd like you. Walking in, and, well, Loki getting, the whole emoji crying face, and, which does give a smile to Eyes. Which, well, Loki would have said, so, do you like him? Eyes would have just says, I don't know. And she was actually straight. She wasn't, blushing. She just says, I don't know. before when we were younger, maybe giving a blush at that, but now he's different. He's Loki finishing that sentence off saying, "A man that has gone through hell." I understand. Honestly, me and Hades almost took it off or almost hit it off, but he was the god of hell. He was he always had to be in hell. Loki looks down and Eyes looks down at Loki and just says, "Wait, what? Oh, just forget I said anything." And that was a secret only kept by Hades and her, and that was 10,000 years ago. So now Loki's just she doesn't care anymore. It's I kept it long enough. Which kind of once pissed off Hades, but it doesn't matter. Because now Hades is getting, the old, "So, you and Loki almost hit it off." So, yeah. By Zeus and, Poseidon and other gods that were there. But something, Zeus actually realized. Bel had his blood in him, and he was only found this out because of, Poseidon. Because Poseidon felt something odd, familiar about Bel. Because the gods would have obviously been interested in Bel, the old slave, and yeah, granting him, actually a blessing of strength and, power. But power out of rage, which actually been a gift from Hades. A blessing from Hades, so, yeah. But, once they realized, "Oh, hey, you're a grandpa, Zeus." Zeus was "What? You're a grandpa, Zeus." Grandpa Zeus, and they would berate Zeus on saying, "Grandpa Zeus, Grandpa Zeus," and Zeus is he almost whooped their asses "I will bring down thunder on your asses." And they were running, they were doing remember how Tanjiro and Zetsuku and Inosuke were yeah, it was basically that. So, yeah. But after the old scuffle of that, Hades and Poseidon, getting their own little ass whooping, lightly getting thunderbolted, but the amusement of other, gods, and even giggling and laughing their asses off because of, Poseidon and Hades. They're still they're one of this. They're two of the one of the. Or, two of them, both of them are could be. Or, they're basically one of the strongest gods, and yet they act like children. It's funny if you think about it. And yet they've been alive for almost, over hundreds of thousands of years. So, yeah. But, anyways, Belle would have, stayed that night at Ice's room, actually having to sleep in her bed, them sleeping together, which was very weird for both of them. But they, slept, and Belle would have realized something when he woke up. He feels like something's clinging on to him. It would have been nice. Yes, it would have been nice. And she's grabbing his, chest. And he tries to go, get up. But she says, "Don't go. Don't go again. I can't lose you." Yes, Shep. I don't care if you're all going to say, "Oh, this is so But I don't care. And Belle would have just stayed in bed, sighing and letting, I sleep. But something he realized and he was thinking in his mind saying, I didn't have a nightmare. And then realized he kind of likes Ice. He liked her when he was younger, but, due to all the training and being a squire, that kind of switched him. So, yeah. But I do believe that's a good spot to leave this first episode off. So, yeah. I do hope you all have a lovely day, a lovely life, and wear a mask. As well as I do hope you all like my new avatar for my YouTube channel. And if you wanted me to change it again, do recommend me pictures or, tell me, do this character. You could be Aizawa, I don't care. If you really think about it, Aizawa and Eren, at least when Eren's older, kind of look the same with their hairstyles if you go for a black and white version of both of them. But anyways, the only reason I'm saying that is because one time in my class, school, I had Eren as my, the picture. If you all know I'm not going to say anything of my school or anything, but in Zoom how it kind of you don't show your screen and it gives you the